Okay, so hey guys, welcome back. We're doing another episode. We're making pizza dough and such things. So let's get our pizza dough because we want that first. We'll grab our bucket here. That's basically what we're going to put this into. So we're going to put this off to the side. The top, same thing. Make sure the inside here is completely dry. So I want to make sure that that's dry. All right, should be dry. Okay, so let's grab this. Let's kind of clean this up a little bit, dry it up on the inside, just to be on the safe side. Dry it on the outside, just to be on the safe side as well. Okay, looks good. All right, so what are we doing? We're doing double the pizza dough. So we're doing 2 pizza doughs. So over our trusty scales, yeah, micro scale, water temperature, tools of the trade. We're ready to rock. All right, let's see. That's that. Okay, we don't need you. Thank you. Okay. Measuring cups or smaller cups. Yeah, Bobo. Yeah, why? What's up?
Teresa has COVID.
Teresa who?
You know the Teresa used to work with me that moved to the other job?
She does?
She says she's okay. Her symptoms have been like a bad cold. But her sister, who lives with her, has it also and has been moved. She's in the hospital.
Oh no. Oh no.
So she's okay. Just good. But
Oh no. How's her sister though?
I don't know.
Her sister older or younger?
I think older.
Oy. How'd they get it?
My phone won't send this message.
Should be having any internet issues.
Oh, no, it's sent.
Okay, good. Well, that's not cool. What the hell, man? That's not cool at all. All right, pizza dough. Yes, let's do it. Let's almost do it. I need to get some flowers. So we're using a wireless lapel mic so you can hear me walk everywhere now and talk. So even if I walk way away from the camera, you can still hear me, which is awesome. Okay, let's see here. We're looking up our recipe because we sometimes forget it, even though it is we're old hands at it. So we need bread flour, salt, active dry, and water. Bread flour. We put bread flour into the one labeled bread flour. So which one's that? That is all purpose. This is our bread flour. So this is a container of bread flour. Nothing bad, nothing crazy. This is King Arthur bread flour, so the protein count. The only difference between bread flour and all-purpose flour really is the protein count. You also have what they call strong flour. That's also bread flour. So we're going to want about 500 grams of this. We're actually going to double this up. And we do about 1,000 grams of bread flour. We're going to use our scale here to measure that out. So obviously, as always, turn it on. Yeah. Kind of sifting it without a sifter. A sifter, scooping in, shaking out, scooping down, shaking out. Kind of sifting it without a sifter. A sifter is obviously way more effective, but this doesn't hurt to do this. So kind of just do this all about. Okay. We're going to start scooping this in. We're looking for 1,000 grams, so we're going to be scooping for a bit. So again, you want your dough to be kind of like fluffy, airy. There we go. This way when you're putting your flour in, it should feel light and fluffy. Not compact and hard, right? So that's what we want to kind of do, is just kind of loosen it up and just kind of get it moving. Shaky, 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 shaky. Okay. And then again, we're just scooping in. We're looking for 1,000 on this. Again, if you're kind of like compacting it in as you're pushing it through, just pick it up, shake it out, scoop it back up. So we're at like 413. Again, just take it, shake it, then we'll just drop it in. There we go. So there's our first 500. We're at 516. And again, shaking it around, nice and loose. There we go. Okay, shake this. $700. Almost there. So this will take a couple minutes if you do it this way, but it's well worth the time and investment. 798. All right, keep the scoops going. 890. And I'm going to write here in the actual stream here how much we're using in terms of flour. So hopefully the mic, you guys can hear me on the mic. Hopefully that's working. 969. Okay, that's too much. There's 1,012. Well, that's 1,000 even. Okay. So let's kind of flatten this around. It's just me flattening it around. Okay. Okay, let me see here. There we go. Maybe bring the volume up just a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to type this in. We did 500 grams of bread flour. But we doubled this. We doubled this to 1,000 grams of bread flour. All right, that way you guys can see that way you can actually see the actual recipe there. Okay, so we're going to turn this off, just tear it again and turn it off. Okay, we're done with our macro scale right now, okay? Now we need to work on our salt, water, and yeast portion of this process. So let's see here. We want a gram of active dry yeast, so we want 2 grams of active dry yeast. So okay, you see here, active dry yeast. We want 2 of these. We want 2 grams of this. So it's kind of stuck. Must be from all the gas in there. Okay, that's pretty tough. Let's try to open it in a way that's easier. We'll get a little grip, right? Tap it a little bit. Wow, this is really in there. Okay. I guess we use the other one right now. That one seems to be a little tough to work with. Okay. This one, much easier. So we're looking for active dry yeast here, which we have. So let's take a look. Okay, so we want 2 grams of this. I want to put that other active dry yeast there. All right, so let's get we'll use our little measuring thing here. We're going to do the same thing. Turn this on. Make sure we're in grams. We are. Put this on. We're going to tear that. And now we're just going to go for 2 grams. All right, see what we got here. So 2 grams, shall we? 0.3, 0.8, 1.7, 1.8, 198. Okay, that's 215. That's a big jump. 203, 204, 19. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay, 2 grams. Now remember, let me turn this off. So remember, our goal here is to, in the actual dough here, or the yeast or the flour here, we're going to kind of separate out the yeast and the salt. So we're going to put the yeast in the south part here, right down here in the south part. We'll put the salt up here and basically kind of mix it up from there. Okay. Our yeast has been kind of used. Let's put this off to the side real quick. Okay, yeast is there. We're going to go for our salt. Now, we don't have fine sea salt, so we're just going to make use with what we have. So in this case, we're going to look for about how much salt do we need? We need, so let's see here, we got, this is 2 grams of active dry yeast. Okay. So here what we need is we need 16 grams. So we need 32 grams of salt. Fine sea salt, which we don't have. So we're going to use our regular, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring back our macro scale here. Okay. And we're going to click on this. Turns on. Put it on. Tare it. We're looking for 32, which is a pretty big chunk. So that's 9. That's 20, 27, 29, 31, 32. Okay, there's our 32 of salt. We'll put that to the side. I'm actually going to go and grab myself some extra, or I'm going to refill the salt real quick, so give me a second. Let's go get that salt. In this case, we're using kosher salt, so. Actually, you know, hold on a second. I think I have, I have kosher sea salt. So let me fill this up first. I need to put an order back into Penzies, is what I need to do. Okay. We may need to order some more kosher salt here. No? I think we're almost okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, almost. Yeah, okay. All right, so that salt's done, yeah? All right, let's see here. We're going to need 32 grams. We're going to keep whatever is left of this. Okay. Let's put this to the side. Let's do this. All right, here's the thing, right? We need 32 grams, right? So back to 0. Let's put this in. We're looking for 32 grams. $28, $29, $30, $36. Okay, a little too much, shall we? $35. What? How's that still 35? 34, 33, 32. Okay. Here's our 32 grams of sea salt. This is not fine though. So it just means we have to work a little bit longer to get it into the actual dough. So up there it goes. Okay. Now, how much water do we need? Well, let's find out. We're going to need 1.5 cups of water at room temperature. So let's do our mixture. Okay, so we're going to use a regular fork here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take what's here, salt up here, yeast down here. And we're going to basically mix the yeast around. Okay. And same thing here. Now I'm going to need to give myself a second. I'm going to need to kind of probably go and test this to make sure that the audio is working, because who knows, right? This day and age, you never know if the audio is working. So we're going to go try and see if we can hear ourselves. Okay. Probably hear echo here for a minute, but we'll find out, right? Okay, let's see if it can hear me. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay, so are we hearing anything? It's not working, is it? All right, hold on, let's fix this. Okay. Let's see if we can hear ourselves now. Hey, what's up, Murray? I'm testing just to see if I can hear myself. Can you hear me? All right, so it's a test. Hopefully you can hear me. Who knows? Yeah, pizza. Hopefully working. Let me see. Is it working? Oh, you can hear me. Perfect. Excellent. I didn't think I could hear me. I don't know why. Oh, I think I know why. Okay. Cool. I'm using a lapel mic, so I wanted to make sure that it was actually wirelessly transmitting. Okay, excellent. So, one second. So, what have we done? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm typing out the recipe a little bit. So, where's my web browser? It's here. Okay, so this is now going to be 32 grams of fine sea salt. Sea salt. There we go. Okay, so basically just, sea salt. If it's not fine, that's okay. You can work it in. It just means it's going to take a little longer to kind of come together. So that's not too bad, right? So we've got that. We got our measurements out of the way. We'll put this off to the side here. All right. Let me see. Is this view a little bit better? Let me see. Let me fix that. There we go. I think that's a little bit better of a view. There we go. Okay. So yeast was down here. 2 grams of yeast, 32 grams of salt, right? Now, we kind of can mix this around if we want. Kind of get everybody kind of talking together, kind of loosen up that dough a little. Loosen up the flour just a little bit, just to be safe, right? Okay, so now we need to get ourselves about 3 cups of water, room temperature. So, room temperature, it's not going to be too bad to get to. We'll call room temperature around. Hey, Google, what temperature is room temperature for water?
68 degrees Fahrenheit. On the website Quora.com, they say, room temperature is commonly given as 20 degrees Celsius, which is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
We're going to use our water temperature monitor here. And we're going to grab ourselves our cup here. Okay, so we're going to go for the big one here, right? We're going to need 3 cups of water at room temperature. So we're shooting for 3 cups. So we're going to go with the big one here, okay? And we're looking for about 68 degrees, so maybe like 70 degrees would work. Let me see what the temperature of the water is saying right now. Temperature is saying 73.8, 74. Yeah, that feels like room temperature. Okay, let's get 3 cups of this. Let's see if we measure it up. Let's see how we get all 3. Hopefully the audio sounds better. Let me know how the audio sounds. Again, we're using this wireless lapel mic, so hopefully it sounds better, but it also could sound worse. Okay, let's take a look here. And let's put this in and see what it says. So this is saying 75 degrees at 3. Looks like 3 cups perfect, actually. Okay, so with that done, we're going to do a few things. So we're going to kind of get this out of the way here. We're going to take our bread flour back down here because we're going to want to use this bread flour to kind of get our little work surface here. It sounds good. Okay, thanks, Mari. Perfect. Excellent. That did not sound good. Okay, so 74 degrees. That's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is just a little at a time. We're going to come around once, work it in, keep going around. So. Oh, you hear the TV in the back? Oh, so it's picking that up too, huh? That's fine. It's picking up what Leanne's working out on. She's working on the Peloton, so she shouldn't be much longer. Okay, so again, we're just going to kind of go around like this. Get it all kind of put together. All right. You know, actually, I could probably do that. Hold on, let's try this. Let's turn this down a little bit. Maybe that would work better. Let me know if that cuts out the thing in the back. Let's see how that does. Hold on. Mike, come here. Come here, Mike. Get it back on the pants. Or not. That's cool, too. You can do whatever you like. There you go. I think it's back on. Okay. Hope that sounds a little bit better. Okay. Again, just get the water in. Same thing here. All right. Remember, we're just working to combine. We're not looking for... Okay, here we go. Let me know if it sounds better now. I turned down the volume, so it might be better, actually. Or it could be worse. So again, we're going to kind of just bring this around here. Okay. Just work it around. Ooh, that kind of got a little high there. Okay. All right, here we go. We're going to work the sides here. You can also do this with your hands if you are so inclined. Me, I will use my hands here in a minute. Just not yet. Okay, same thing here. We're working the dough. Add the rest of the water in. Put this off to the side. Okay. It can go into the sink if it likes. And that's where we'll leave it. Into the sink, actually. Okay, so get it working. Get it around. Kind of get it to going together here. Okay, now, obviously, this is not our end product, but it is, our end state, but it is getting closer. So, let's peel this off. Okay, put this here. I'm going to use a napkin here. Let me get a napkin. Let's put that off to the side here, because we're going to come back to this fork. Okay, so, we have our bread flour. We have our stuff. We're going to reach in. We're going to put a little bit down. We're not looking to really change the definition so much of the actual, or the composition of the flour to water ratio here. We're just looking to get it out here to be kneaded for several minutes. So, let's get this out. Okay, here we go. And you guys can now see it's just literally a big clump of not really put together dough. Okay? So what are we going to do for this? Here's what we're going to do. Roll up sleeves. So we're definitely getting flour on there. We're going to need this for about 4 minutes. So if it gets a little sticky in your hands, just put a little stuff like this on there, kind of rub it around. Okay, let's do this. We're going to need about, hey Google, set a timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, and that's starting now.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. For the next 4 minutes, we're going to basically knead this dough together. So we're going to kind of push it down, flip it on itself here. We're going to try to stretch it as we're doing this. So down, down. And how's the perspective? This is a better perspective. I think this is a better perspective for this type of stuff here. Okay, so again, we're going to kind of want to push this stuff together. So if it's all over the place, just kind of pull it back in and get it all incorporated. That's what we're basically looking to do here. So let's just get it going. Get this going. Okay, that kind of went across here. you see here, it starts to stick to you like this. Again, just grab some flour, put it on you, rub it like this, like friction, okay? Get those pieces. They'll fall off. They'll kind of create these little pieces. That's okay, because we can take those and incorporate them into what we're working on. So, again, we're going to take this. See, the dough's a little sticky still, which is fine. But we're going to kind of keep working it. And we'll try to basically get all of the flour incorporated and hydrated. Right? That's basically what we're looking for here. So, it's kind of like this. Let's get some more flour here. Let's get it on our hands. Okay, let's keep working it. Okay, the dough is kind of sticky. So again, we can use it a little, not too much, because we're not trying to change the ratios, right? We're just trying to make sure it doesn't stick to our hands, but at the same time, allow us to knead it. So again, we're going to pull it. See, it's starting to stick a lot. So again, we're going to try the same technique. A little on the hand here. Roll it off of you. And this is going to happen. So obviously, don't get frustrated by this. This is definitely an expected outcome here. This is definitely something to be expected. Now, again, this hasn't been like a straight 4-minute knead. So obviously, we're going to increase our time just because of the here we go. Let's kind of get that together. Okay, so take a little bit more flour, put on top. So what I like to do too is, if you put flour around the sides, yeah, like this, you can do it for a few purposes, right? You can tap your hands into it if you need to. You can roll the dough into it if you think you need to. It kind of gives you like a little perimeter to work with, right? So we're just kind of do this, and we're kind of like to get our hands again in that flour because we want to make sure it's good. So in order for us to develop our gluten here, we really want to kind of like stretch that dough. So we want to get in there, move it around, kind of get it moving for us. Again, grab some flour on the sides. Again, so just if you need it, you know, like here I need it for down here in my palm of my hand. So what I usually do is I usually kind of like, you know, can't see that piece go flying. I don't know where it went. We'll find it afterwards. Or Mega Mate will find it. Hey, what's up, Holy Rainbow Sheep? So basically, you're just going to kind of beat this around. And really, the purpose here is to kind of get it to stretch. See how it's really sticky right now? So it's still kind of sticky. We're going to kind of do the same thing again. Kind of roll it off of us. I don't know if you can see like all the little shards that are forming. You can see them all over there. Okay. Same thing here. We can kind of pull it off of us if we need to. You kind of see all like the little like shrapnel pieces that are around. That's perfectly fine. So we're going to basically take this, push it forward, push it together, and work it around. Again, it's a little bit on the sticky side. So, hey Google, stop the timer. Okay, here we go. So it's starting to get a little smoother. We're going to try to swing around and incorporate as much of those little shrapnel pieces as we can back into the dough ball. And we're going to keep working it. So, here we go. Now the dough is kind of, it's like sticky, but it's almost to where it needs to be, right? It's still sticking to me. It feels good, okay? It just doesn't, it still's got that little stick to it. So, again, just a little bit more. Kind of, here we go. So really trying to develop these gluten strands inside this pizza dough. So really kind of working it on top of itself and stretching it and folding it. Really working it, right? We really want to get ourselves a good knead. And you're going to know when you're doing this by hand, you're going to know like really what's considered good, because you'll be able to feel the flour, right? And this view should look better now, right guys? Like this is a better looking view for this type of stream. Okay, here we go. All right, so basically we're working this around. We're getting all those edge pieces that we kind of flung about. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So, again, here we go. So this is pretty good now. It's not like really sticking to me. I say that now, and we just get right to, so it's not tremendously sticking to me, but it's still sticky. So I'm going to give it a little bit more around in the perimeter. And here we go. Okay. There we go. It's a nice outside coating. Okay. So again, you can go 4 minutes. You can go longer if you're up for it. If not, 4 minutes minimum should be what you're shooting for. Now the dough is cleanly pulling away from my hands here, which is good. See, it's coming off clean now. Not really sticking too much. Okay, so this is basically almost in a good spot, right? Kind of roll it out again. Kind of fold it in on itself. Here we go. Okay, just a little bit more around. Again, for your hands, for the dough ball, whatever you're looking for, right? Okay. Now, we're pretty much in a good spot, I think. This dough feels good, feels soft. Okay, so remember, now, this is double, so. Okay, so, here we go. So, kind of get this into a ball. Okay. Our bowl, a little olive oil in here, coat it around, spin around, drop it in, get ready for it to go 24 hours. Here's our olive oil, just a little in. Hey, come here. Okay, there's not much olive oil left in this. I have to go get more of it. Okay, so you're really not shooting for a lot. Just enough to coat. So we gotta go get more olive oil. That's something we'll have to do. So basically, yeah, you're not looking for a huge amount of olive oil because you don't want it swimming in it, right? Okay. All right. Let's just make sure everything is accounted for the way we need it to be. Okay, so basically, this dough ball is ready to go, right? It's ready to go for its 24-hour outside proof, right? So, in it goes. We spin it around, yeah, just to make sure it doesn't stick. Here it is. So, 24 hours will basically be tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Now, let's take a look. So today, here's the 2 liters, yeah? You see right now, we're well below that, yeah? So we got a lot of room to work with, right? Here to here. Now, by the time that this is ready to go in the refrigerator tomorrow, it'll be closer to here than where it's starting right now. So this is all going to develop, poof up, get much, much larger as it goes. So it's going to be at 4 to 6 is about where it's going to stop before we put it in the refrigerator. So this is double batch here. Oh, I hear you, buddy. I bought them. So don't worry. We're getting to them. Let me just clean my hands here real quick. Sorry, you guys are going to hear this in the mic since I now have a lapel mic, and so now you can hear everything I'm doing even when I'm washing my hands. So hopefully the audio sounds better than it did previously. This part probably sounds pretty bad because of the rushing water over my hands here. Uh-huh. Okay, so pizza dough, that's done. That's finished, right? That's ready to go on the counter. No, actually on the table over there. And then once it's done, it's basically going to go in the refrigerator for a couple days. And then we'll be able to make some pizza. Again, Detroit style pizza is the preferred pizza of the family here. So we're going to be doing Detroit style pizza at some point in the next couple of days. Probably like a Wednesday or Thursday thing. Okay, so that's that. I think we kneaded it pretty well. You know, really remember the goal of the knead is basically just to develop those gluten strands. Okay, I think we can now actually apply some soap here to this now. Now that most of the flour has come off. So we'll check back on that pizza dough there in a few minutes. Basically, what we'll do is we'll set it aside and we'll see what it looks like in like an hour. And again, we'll just take the mental picture of where it's at currently and where it's gonna be in an hour, and we'll see. Well, you can already see that it's starting to rise somewhat. I mean, can you guys see that, right? Can you guys see that? Let me show you guys. Hold on. Let me get this towel here, my hand towel. Let me turn back on the iPad so I can see what you guys are saying. I may actually try to make them. Yeah, I bought some of the some of the stuff today. So let's see here. Currently, we're below. So let's see. I don't know if you guys can see. You see on the sides there? You got some of the reaction happening. We got some holes already starting to form. So this is good. This is in a good spot. Again, let's see. Here's where we're at, right? So we're going to look at it this way, right? We're well below that 2. We'll see what it looks like in an hour. All right, this goes off to the side. Over here. It sits by itself. Now, let's clean this part up a little bit. I think our next recipe is going to be our English muffins, which is going to call for all-purpose flour. So we're going to be flipping the script here a little bit, and going to all-purpose flour. Okay. Clean this off as best we can. It's just going to get dirty again, so no reason for a deep clean. Okay. I think that's good. We can get rid of that. We can take this off of us. Oops. All right, let's close up the bread flour here. We're done with that guy. All right, bread flour. Bread flour is good to go. We're going to put the bread flour away. Let's make a dive on AP flour. So that over here and here. We're clearly going to need more AP flour. Like, there's not a lot in there. So I guess we're going to take one of our bags here. I thought we opened one. Didn't we open one? We may have used it all. Okay, so King Arthur, AP flour. Oh, you know, actually, hold on. I think she did pour some in. Hold on. She did. Excellent. I don't have to open up another one because here we go. AP flour. So we have 2 containers right now of AP flour. So we're clearly going to finish one. Perspective, Outlaw. You think this is a better perspective? We're going to clean this bowl out because, you know, this is bread flour, right? So we don't want bread flour mixing with AP flour because of, you know, it'll be minor, but it'll still add some more protein to the mix that, you know, could cause us a small, very, very small issue. So rather be safe rather than sorry after the whole entire process. So let's just go ahead and, you know, wash this out real quick. We'll kind of turn up the temperature here and make it warmer, wetter. First, and sorry about this, guys. I know the mic is kind of right here next to us. So you're getting everything, right? You're getting it all right now. If I had a control room, I'd tell them to cut my mic and go to commercial. Well, we don't, so we're doing it live. You just can't see me washing this off screen. You can definitely hear it, so apologies there. All right. I'm glad that pizza dough is done. It's one less thing for me to worry about today. And again, it's really easy to do that pizza dough. I mean, really easy. It's, as you can see, it doesn't take much to make it happen. Again, this is a 72-hour cold ferment. So if you're looking for something a little faster than that, now that's going to be a different recipe than the one we use. You're going to use a little bit more. You're going to use a few additional ingredients into the mixture to kind of get it into a state where it's ready to go for today, rather than 72 hours from now. So. Yeah, I'm sure that sounds fantastic. Okay, this should almost be clean now. I think all the dry dough is pretty much rehydrated and coming off, which is great. Okay, so again, we're going to do English muffins, and this time we're going to do it as a double batch as well, because, you just can't do one batch of English muffins. You need to do two. Okay, I think we're almost there, actually, which means this nightmare of a sound is almost over. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. But you're not salty. Look, buddy, we've seen you. We've seen you. We've seen you in the past. It's been a characteristic. All right, so I'm just going to dry this bowl out. Again, we're putting flour in it, so we're going to kind of want to make sure it's really dry before we kind of do that. Even though we'll be adding water to the mixture here, we'll just want to control that, right? So again, we get all nice and dry. Okay, so good to go, nice and dry. Here we go. Let's also get our ingredients in check, right? So let me go off the screen here real quick. Grab that thing, put it kind of to the side. Okay, let's see here. I want you guys to, let's see here. We're gonna need like, we're gonna need like 1,100 grams of all-purpose flour. We need 40 grams of fine sea salt. Put it on. Make sure it says grams. It does. Bowl on. Tare it. At this point, since I need so much, we're just gonna pour it in like this, kind of fluffing as we go. Okay, so that equated for about 492. Almost halfway. Almost halfway. So that's just all that just gone right there. All right, so again, scoop, fluff. This is kind of like that way because it's not compacted. It doesn't feel like it. So you can dump it in. 568. Shake this around. Shake it around. There we go. 6, 7, 8. We still have 300 more to go. 9, 92, 1,059, 1,098, 1,100 even. Okay, so 1,100 even, 1,100 grams of all-purpose flour, 40 grams, right? A lot of grams of salt here, right? But what we're looking for is, we're looking for 40 grams, 41, very close. 41, 41, 41, 40. Okay. All right, so to that end, remember, we're going to put our ingredients in different quadrants, so the salt's going to go all the way up the top. There we go. Now we're going to need 40 grams of sugar. All right, let's go get the sugar out of here. Here it is. Come here, you. Okay. 40 grams is quite the amount of sugar. So let's use our, that's 11. And that's 11, that's 21, 31, 41, oh, 40 even. Perfect. Okay. Sugar, well, right in the middle of sugar. Sugar went off to the side here. I don't think you saw that. All right, let me take this scale, put it out of the way here. Get the sugar back out of the way. All right, sugar, go back there. There you go. Okay. Back into the shot. There we go. So, salt. 40 grams salt. 40 grams sugar. Gonna get our yeast next. Our yeast basically is gonna call for what? What's the yeast gonna call for? Call for 2 grams of active dry yeast. So, let's get our little, takes off the side here. Let's get a little micro scale here. Okay. There we go. So we're looking for 2 grams. So since we use this for the sugar, let's kind of clean it out. Let's also make sure it's exceptionally dry going into the yeast. So we don't want any issues with the yeast. We're going to take a paper towel here. We're going to really kind of just let it sit there and kind of soak up any small fraction of moisture in here. Again, we're looking for just 2 grams. So turn this on. It's on. Put it on. Tare that. Looking for 2. That's 1 1/4. 1.6, 1.8, 2 even. Okay, 2 even. Good. 2 even, perfect. Take that. Put that down here in the south. Off scale, or off screen. Take this, close it up. We don't need any more. Tear that off, so it's off. Okay. Next. What do we have? So, what have we done so far? 1,100 grams of all-purpose flour, 40 grams sea salt, 40 grams sugar, 2 grams active dry yeast. So that's our dry ingredients. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 cups of warm water. Okay, so we got our marching orders. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to go back to the refrigerator. We're going to find our butter. All the these have been open, so ta-da, brand new. Take out. So I like the half sticks that they have. It makes it easy to work with, especially for efforts like this. So a half stick equates to about, I don't know if you can see it, equates to about 4 tablespoons. So you can see that there. 4 tablespoons. We're going to go for 3. So we're going to leave a tablespoon behind. Now, we're also going to have to warm this up so that way it can be incorporated. But we don't want it to be exceptionally hot because that could end up killing the yeast there. So we're going to go warm this up and let it sit to cool down a little bit. Then we'll mix it with the water and kind of create a little, you'll see. Hold on. So let me get my thing here. We're going to cut off 1 tablespoon, leaving us with 3. So here's my 1 extra tablespoon all the way down here. Cut down into it. There we go. We'll keep that for that. And then we'll take this and we'll just put it in this ramekin. We'll take this, since it's the extra tablespoon of butter. This is going to go in the microwave probably for like about 20 seconds. Who's faster? 20 seconds or me putting this away? I'm going to say it's me putting this away. Almost became the butter. All right, we're going to watch the butter. We don't want the butter to be so melted that it pops, because then it's going to get everywhere in your microwave And it's really going to be a pain in the ass to clean. So don't do that. Just watch it. Once it starts to get like, so this has been about 34 seconds. Once it starts to get a little melty there, like that, that's good. No more. We can kind of just swirl it around in the already melted butter for the bigger pieces. And we can basically get those, so you can kind of see here what we're doing. We're kind of going back. And we're using the heat from, we'll kind of let this kind of hang out for a few minutes. We're going to want to figure out our water. And then we're going to want to figure out, the water's got to be about 105 degrees. So we will endeavor to get it to that temperature. See here, those pieces are starting to really get smaller. Now, they don't completely break down, no big deal. Okay, now, since we're using all-purpose flour here, we'll grab a secondary spoon here. And again, let me kind of bring this back into focus for you guys. So again, remember, our salt's up here, our sugar's here, and our yeast is down here. So first we're going to do is our yeast, right? Kind of get that there, kind of spoon it around. I would always start with the yeast, just in case there's residual on the fork here. You don't have it really infecting too much. I didn't want to open last time. Now it opens. You little punk. Okay, so at least this opens. Okay, everything's there. All our dry ingredients are here now together, right? Now, let's find our big cup guy, because we're going to want 3 cups of this water. And this water, we're going to put this off to the side here. And in this water, we're shooting for 3 cups of warm water, about 105 degrees. Okay. Okay, so I'm just really kind of looking at the recipe here just to make sure we're good, right? 1.5 cups of water, warm water, about 105 degrees. So we're going to, this is our big 4-cup measuring cup. So we're going to jack up the temperature a little bit. We're shooting for 105. So we're going to want to make sure we get our water thermometer, this guy, and with dough on it, which I just realized. Now let's see what the temperature says. So take a pulse of what the temperature of the actual water is at the current moment. It says it's 110, 111 degrees. So that's way too high, right? We'll back that down a little bit. Kind of give it a second here to kind of cool out here. 95, 95. So we can shoot to go a little higher. So what we can do is we can do a few things, right? Since we're using 3 cups of water, it really will kind of retain the heat pretty well. So we're really kind of seeing 103. I'm going to hit it just a smidge more. Now, what this does call for, it does call to mix the water and the flour together in a separate bowl. But if you don't mind, or if you already know that you're going to be cleaning out your measuring cup here, you can just combine the 2 together in one and pretty much be done with it. All right, let's see where that settles. That settles just about at 3. Let's take a look. This is telling me it's 102 degrees. Okay. So we're going to add our butter in. So our butter should raise the temperature a little bit. Okay, our butter's in. Excellent. We're going to take our fork now. We're going to mix it in here a little bit just to kind of incorporate the 2 together. A little bit better. We're going to get this butter water. Oh, God, could you imagine if this was a flavor of water? That would be incredibly nasty. Okay, so water, kind of spin it counterclockwise. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, let's do some more. Go around again. Okay, so you can go clockwise. You can go back and forth between the 2. Whatever floats your boat. So here, we're basically just doing the same thing. Just working it in, pulling it in from the sides toward the middle, and when we're doing the knead, so it's not like we're missing out there. Kind of just gonna really kind of just stretch it out here a little bit. Kind of doing like a little bit of a baguette thing here. right, there we go. Okay, so you see here, the dough is little. You feel it's a little wet, but it's not sticking. Yeah, it's coming clean from my hands. That's how we know we're in a good spot. Yeah. Just a little more. All right, there we go. So, I think the dough is in a good spot. Everything feels good. Doesn't feel really that gritty. Actually, doesn't feel gritty at all. Cool, there we go. So, first part of our English muffin dough is here. Give me 1 second here. It's okay, I've done that before. All right, let's see. English muffins. Okay. Okay, so. All right, so basically, guys, this thing here just needs to sit for 15 minutes. So put a little flour down back here. We're going to basically incorporate this. So let's kind of pick this up. I don't want it to stick. So we're going to kind of just mold it around a little bit. Get ourselves into a ball that we really like to see here. There you go. That's our English muffin dough. Hey Google, set timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay, let's get ourselves some paper towels here. Let's wet them up. We're clearly not looking for a huge wet thing. We just want to cover this just so it doesn't dry out, right? Just so it's a little covered. There we go. We'll let this sit for 15 minutes. So while that's happening, any questions, guys? Any questions? Hands are a little dirty. I'm off screen now, looking at the chat. Oh, fat piece of salt. Look at this dough. So we did double batch. Bob. We did double batch of pizza dough and double batch of English muffins. Yeah, not too bad. So once this is done on the 15-minute thing here, basically what we're going to do is we're going to divide these up into dough balls. And those are going to go onto a baking sheet with cornmeal. You use semolina flour if you want. If you have it, you can use semolina flour. If not, use cornmeal. Either one, good substitution for the other. So, in my case, we've been using cornmeal, but in this situation, we may just use the semolina because we're going to want to do cornbread, so we're going to kind of want to use the cornmeal for the cornbread this time around. So, well, that's kind of humming along here. Let's kind of clean this up a little bit. We're going to clean up our work bowl while that's resting. Okay, stronger in the bowl here. So that's done. Excellent. Cool. Let's put that off to the side there. Let's take the sponge. Let's swish it around, clean it out real good. So you can see, you don't need a stand mixer to do this. You don't need anything fancy. You just need good ingredients and availability of ingredients. So All-purpose flour is for these English muffins. Bread flour was for the pizza. All right. There we go. Let's clean. All right, so we got 11 minutes to go. Any questions? You can kind of see me sticking the butt out. All right, let's see. We got some things to clean up here. I know it's kind of crazy on the audio there. We'll just kind of cut that. There we go. Okay. All right, so what is on this thing? What's this like scratching for? Maybe that's better. Maybe not. Yeah, sounds like there's actually salt here somewhere. Where's your salt? I think we got it. There we go. That sounds better. All right, so let's recap and type in the English muffin recipe. So it was, this is a double recipe. So just divide this by 2. So divide by 2. By 2. So this is going to be 1100 grams all-purpose flour. Make sure, if you can, make sure you use unbleached. Okay, there's that. We did 40 grams of salt, of fine sea salt. We did 40 grams of sugar. What else did we do? We did 2 grams of active dry yeast. Oops. Dry yeast, we did 3 tablespoons. We did 3 cups of warm water, and we say this is about 105, parentheses please, 105 Fahrenheit. Then we basically, so those ingredients, we did the dry and the wet. You saw how we put together the dry. You saw how we put together the wet in there and how we incorporated it together. You saw the knead. Then we knead it for 4 to 5 minutes. So 4 to 5 minutes, you can use stand mixer. You can use your hands, whichever you prefer. So that's accounted for. Let's see, what else? We got that. 4 in the morning. And let's say about 4 or 5 hours from there puts us at about 19 hours. So this one will be just about under 20 hours of relaxation time. Let me see about the semolina flour. I know we got it. Semolina. Found it. Yeah. I think so, because I think it'll be, because we'll save the cornmeal. Semolina. Found it. Yeah. I think so, because I think it'll be, because we'll save the cornmeal for the cornbread. Cornmeal for the cornbread. Haha, there we go. Let's see. Actually, this plate works perfect for dipping. Yeah, that's pretty good. We'll try not to use a lot of our semolina here, so we'll use a spoon here to kind of give us a base coating. And then you can kind of see what it looks like. So here, I'm going to show you, like, here's our semolina flour. Oop, hey, how you doing? Semolina flour. Okay. We're really going to kind of just scoop in, give ourselves a base coating here. So we basically are just looking to, so what we're going to do in this particular case is, we're going to, after we form the dough balls, stick them in here, roll them around, get them that way. Just a little bit more, I think, will be perfect. There we go. I think that's a good amount. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Ha! Did it. Pizza dough starting to rise, huh?
Yeah, it's rising quickly.
Yeah.
Is that because of the warm up?
Oh, was not use your foot there? Oh, no, sorry. I'm sitting down, guys.
Are we taking a little break?
Yeah, second. I just want to see something. Whew. Hot day. Earphones. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay, let's see here.
What else is on your docket here? What is the plan?
Mocapitan? We can do whatever you like. We can.
How do you want me to make muffins?
Oh yeah, blueberry muffins. Oh, they're so much better than this morning's muffins. They will be so much better than this morning's muffins. Do they smell like rubber? Not that I know what rubber smells like. Well, let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of reacting. I think so not to worry. I think we're in a good spot with this one. So there we go. That looks pretty good. Chocolate chip cookies. Ooh, chocolate chip.
I can make the muffins tomorrow.
What do you make them say? Either way, whatever you feel like undertaking today.
All the English muffins also. Are we saving some of those for your mom? Just give them to her?
Yeah,
Put her in the corner, English muffin.
that's right. That's right, Arlene, if you're watching. I'll tell you, we'll stick you in the corner, quarantine you. Interesting time to travel. All right, so almost 2 things done. At least the next part is pretty easy, just dividing out by a few, and then rolling them in some semolina, and then throwing them on the cookie sheet and covering the cookie sheet, and then it's good to go.
Sorry, I needed to eat. I was like,
Oh yeah, how was the ride? It's okay. Not so good when you got a headache.
I feel like having an ADHD.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna hurt. So I did I did low impact
Okay.
with Christine, and then I did like sleepy time yoga.
Oh, nice.
Everything just feels really tight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I'm gonna do her ride tomorrow, so she's gonna feel better.
Okay. Hey Google, how much time is left?
T-minus 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
2 minutes. It is kind of fancy answer. Okay, let's see here.
What, the stream or the timer?
The stream. No, it says it's going. You guys can still see the stream, right? Just want to make sure it's still working there. Ooh, look at that. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Okay, here's our semolina. Our all-purpose flour is done for now. I'm gonna put off to the side. All right, we're done with our water bit. We're gonna clean that off. Put that away. This fork, that one, this one, all of that. Okay, put this over here. We might need that in a few minutes. On the fence, though. Excellent. Thank you, Mari. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so we got how many minutes left? We got 44 seconds left. So you can see this is kind of getting bigger here. So remember, again, you can use cornmeal. You can use semolina flour. If you have semolina flour, it's a little specialty flour. If you have it, you can use it. If not, cornmeal is just as fine. Let's find our pans. Our 2 baking sheets. We're going to Kind of put this stuff over here. We'll put the baking sheets over there. That way you can see them. And is this a better perspective, Mari? This looks better than the previous. Hey, Google, stop the timer. Okay, so. Huh, that's weird. Okay, nonetheless, let's get ourselves to cut the cheese. Where'd my little dough thing go? Dosey dough. Not in that. Okay, I'm glad it looks better this way. Okay, let's see. Where's our little... Not in that. Okay, I'm glad it looks better this way. Okay, thing. Probably in here. It is. I see it now. All right, because it was in there, we're going to wash it real quick. Just to make sure it's extra clean. So, again, let's kind of get over here. Oh, right in the face. Okay. We're looking for 85 grams based on the weight of the dough ball, right? So, let's weigh this puppy out and see what we got. Okay, so we're going to use this guy. Kind of help us to kind of lift it up, right? Kind of make sure we don't get the paper towel incorporated into it. We're not in the mood for that. Kind of get this under. Kind of get it around. Okay, so let's see what she weighs. So on you go. Let's see, what do you weigh? Let's see here. We'll get into a nice ball here. So this way it will fit. That's one of the big challenges too, right? Is, okay, what are we going to be? 1890. Okay. Let's see, we'll make 24 hours. 12, 24. Or you want to make, what do you want to make? You want to make 10?
Huh. Wait, what? You did a double batch.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so divided by 24.
The answer is 78.75.
You're losing me, but are you losing the audio or video? How come it's less? Don't know. Well, we'll make it 80.
And you'll have one at the end that's small.
Yeah. Well, let's do 78. So let's see. All right, we're looking for 78. Okay, we're back. Okay.
If you want, do 80 and then...
Ooh, that's big. Ooh, child, that's the dough ball size. 84. Still a little big. Okay, let's see here. Oops.
What did that other guy do? It was a lot, right?
Yeah, he did a little bit bigger.
You could do it bigger if you want. Let us figure out how long you're cooking for.
84. Let me see here. What do we think? What are we thinking here? 84 might be too big. Let's see, what are you?
Also, you should remember
77.
how big they get on the... Oh,
What?
I can't make cookies
Why?
because you're taking over the cookie sheet.
Oh, I'll give you a different cookie. I'll use it. There's two of these old ones. I'll give you the new one. That's nice and quiet, right? Oh yeah, that's definitely nice and quiet. Okay, cookie sheet time. Here we go. Yeah, that's really quiet, right? Perfect. Okay, so here's what we can do too. So if you're not comfortable with rolling it in your hand to make a dough ball, just do this. Around on the counter, right? You can kind of get it like this. And basically you have yourself a pretty good dough ball. Now what we do is, okay, let's show you here. In, yeah. Roll it around. Roll it around. Roll it around. Shake off the excess. Down it goes. That's basically what we're going to do. So 78 is what we're shooting for. Okay, oh, it's the video, okay. Yeah, Streamlabs, good old Streamlabs. 78 we're looking for. That was 81, and then just do what I was just doing. Spin it around on the table. Get it to a nice ball. Take it, roll it around in your semolina. There you go. Put it on the plate. Put it on the thing. Okay, again, we're going for 78 here. Now we're going to have to clean it. Technical difficulty here. All right, let's wash it again. Well, as you know, it'll be really clean. So there you go. There's that for us, right? So remember, now once these are done, right? Once we have these in the spot that they need to be in, they're going to sit for about 20 hours. 19 hours, to be precise. 19 hours. 20 hours if we're trying to roll up by tens, right? But here we'll be precise. We'll say 19 hours. Will be about the duration that they're going to basically be sitting for. So we're shooting for 78. So cut off the dough where we think 78 is. That's 91. So apparently that's not going to be what we're looking for here. Let's take off those little pieces. I'll bring this to 79. Okay, perfect. That worked. So again, same thing. Roll it around. If you're not comfortable doing it in your hands, do it on this, just like this. Get it just nice and circular. See. 76. 78. Okay, there we go. So again, if you have multiple pieces, just take it, fold it over, in on itself. Once you have it into like one mass, then basically just do the same thing. Take it in here, roll it around, get it to a good spot. Yeah, there we go, just like that. Okay, and then in to the bath it goes. Roll it around. You gotta make sure you get everywhere with it, because your goal here too is, besides not only try to give you that crust, right, but also to give you an ability to not stick to the stuff you're gonna be putting over top of it. So for its overnight portion, right? So again, we're cutting into this. We're looking at 22 there. That's 77. We'll go with 77. So again, just take it, fold it in on itself, and pull down. In and down, in and down. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's put it on back here. Just take it, kind of spin it around. Like this. There we go. Roll it around. And all around we go. There we go. And out. And I don't know if you guys can see. I think you can see one there. We'll show you what it looks like here in a second once we're done with the full proper batch here. That's way too heavy. That's one. I felt that being way too heavy. 94, 75, just a little too much. 80, 78, perfect. There we go. All right, so basically, if you have some flour around here, you can kind of, get after it, put it on there. Again, just spinning it around. Basically, we're using the countertop as like the surface of our hand. And basically, we're just then pushing down ever so slightly enough to kind of help it to create that ball shape that we're looking for. There we go. Into the semolina. Around and around and around it goes. Okay, there we go. And this goes on. So we have 6 done, yeah? That's 29. That's probably what we want. Right here, let's see if that's right. 92, just a bit outside. Okay, how about that? 80, sure, we'll go with 80 on this one. Some a little bigger, some a little smaller. All in all, they're English muffins. They're gonna be great. And then again, just roll it around. Get it to basically be where you want it to be. Okay. And again, just roll it around. And I know you can't see, but you've seen it before. Right, we're just rolling around our semolina flour here, getting it all coated up. Get it in there. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Oh, 68. Come on, man. 80. We'll go 80. Again, pull and stretch. Bring it over. Once it's there, put it down. Use your hand. Push down a little bit while rolling in a counterclockwise motion, or clockwise, whichever way you like. I like counterclockwise. There we go. Just repositioning these guys. Okay. Let's see. Is this 70? Let's see. 74. Close. That's probably going to be too small. Or too much. That's 85. That's too much. 78. How's it going? Yes. Yes to the drush. Okay, again, same thing. Bring it around. Yep. Just put it in there or... There you go. Perfect. Thank you. How are these looking this time? Okay. And around and around and around we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Three, 6, 9, last 3 for our first batch. Almost done with our first batch. I think it's going to be too much right here. Let's see, though. No, 79. That's pretty dang good, actually. Let's do the same thing here. We're just going to kind of fold it in on itself. Right, kind of get it stretched around. And then we're just going to use the surface to help us make this particular dough ball. Right? So again, we're just using this, putting some pressure on it, pushing it around, and ta-da. Good. So it's a good spot. We're going to roll it around in the semolina, get it coated really good. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then those look good. All right, 2 more to go to end our first batch. Let's see what this is. How much are you? 64? 72? Oh, come on. 72. 78. Perfect. All right, same thing. Again, you pull over the top. go. Okay, let's see here. And then we got what we need, and there we go. Okay, guys, so here's the first batch